I didn't really grow up in the church or have any spiritual guidance in my life. I probably wouldn't have said that God is dead, but he was basically dead to me. My parents got divorced when I was 4 years old, and I lived with my dad. While my dad was a loving father, I didn't really know how to please him. The only approval I felt from him came when I excelled in martial arts, but that diminished after I got injured. After my injury, I dropped out of school, started partying, doing drugs, and drinking to get acceptance from my friends. After about a year, I started doing cocaine, and I overdosed. I remember I cried out, "God, if you will help me through this, I won't ever do this again." But I didn't actually stop, even after 3 of my friends were killed that summer from drinking and drugs. Then I was invited to Champaign by Tina and Jeff Newberry to teach at their martial arts school. After spending time with them and watching the way they live, I asked Tina, "What is different about you?" And she replied, "Jesus lives in me. He wants to live in you too, Jamie." She later explained how Jesus loves me and could change my life, and that he actually wanted to make me a new person inside. I just blew it off at the time. Then one weekend, I came with them to church, and I can't tell you what was preached about or what songs were sung, but I had this overwhelming feeling of peace and love come into me that made me want to tear up. But I didn't want anyone to see me, so I held it back the best I could. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about the conversations with the Newberries and that weird feeling that I'd had in church. But as I was laying in bed that night, I closed my eyes and said, "Okay, God, if you are real, come into my life and take this addiction away and I will live for you." And I opened my eyes and there was this figure standing at the foot of my bed with a bright light behind it, and everything else was completely dark. Then I felt him smile at me, and I instantly knew it was Jesus. And with that smile came a blast of love that hit me in the chest like a fire hose turned on full power, and I couldn't move. Above me, I saw this smoke, and fear gripped me. And I could feel cancer and sickness and death, and I knew it was demons. But Jesus' powerful love was winning. Then Jesus lifted his hands, and all the fear and smoke left, and I instantly fell asleep. And when I woke up, I knew I would never be the same again. I never had withdrawal or even wanted to do drugs again. All I wanted to do was talk about Jesus and worship Jesus. That was August 14, 2011. I eventually moved to Champaign-Urbana, got powerfully baptized at the Vineyard, and started hanging out with the college ministry, doing power evangelism, seeing signs and wonders, and watching Jesus change people's lives through me. You know, the biggest thing in all of this, though, is the love and acceptance that I found from my daddy in heaven. The signs and wonders are great, but the more I know Jesus, the more I understand who I really am. And the more I learn who I am, the more I love myself. And the more I love myself, the more love I can give away in Jesus' name.